Hi guys, today we are going to talk about ICP. Is it new Zcash with potential 20x upside or just another exit pump? ICP has become one of the main runners of the past few weeks. It was the first to spark growth across other altcoins, and together with Zcash, it's one of the only ones still climbing non-stop. So what happens next? At this exact point on the chart, I recorded a video explaining why I was buying ICP and why I expected a pump. And now we can see that the token has already grown from around $3 to almost $10 with only a small correction along the way. Let's start with the main indicator that shows how much potential upside ICP still has. Its dominance relative to the total crypto market. If we open the ICP dominance chart, we can see that at around $8, the token's share of the total market is just 0.12%, which is still below the 3-year accumulation zone between 0.12% and 0.22%. That zone started back in the summer of 2022, right after the last altcoin season, and lasted nearly 3 years, all the way until early 2025, when ICP dominance broke down and fell below the range. Before that, for 3 straight years, no matter what happened in the market, ICP held that 0.12% level, and whenever it broke out, it was always to the upside, like in late 2023. So, looking at the big picture, even though ICP has already tripled from its lows, the upside is still huge. If the market doesn't enter a full alt season but just repeats a medium-scale rally, like in 2024, ICP still has room for another 4x move, which would bring the price to around $25–30 zone, back to its early 2024 highs. But let's look at the two possible scenarios. First scenario, ICP has officially started its own alt season. In that case, we need to understand how exactly the growth will unfold and to what levels. The best way to see that is by analyzing the ICP chart itself, because the market maker here isn't inventing anything new. He's repeating the same manipulation patterns we have already seen before. Look back at December 2022, ICP hit its lows, then made a sharply rally without pullbacks, followed by a 30-day sideways range. After that, there was a short-term pump from $5.5 to $8.5. Then a drop back to $5, forming the first stop. Then came a second peak, followed by a 50% dump, where the token traded in a range, and then another 30% drop. Now look at what's happening today. It's exactly the same playbook. From the lows at $3, ICP made a strong move to $12, then again entered a sideways consolidation between $11 and $14, followed by a short-term pump and pullback below that range. Once again, we see a second top, and after that, the same controlled 50% decline, then a long sideways accumulation zone for about 250 days, a small 30% dip, and now the third cycle is beginning. The same market maker manipulation pattern all over again. Right now, the main thing is just to watch what's happening. As soon as ICP stops pumping hard and starts moving sideways for 2 or 3 weeks, that's it, the main move is over. When the market maker pumps a coin, he does it fast, without any real pullbacks, so nobody has time to react, no time to buy in or open longs. So if we see ICP going sideways, that means we can only expect maybe a couple more X at best, but not a full rally. I think we are repeating the same pattern for the third time. Back in 2022, that was the first stop, in 2024 the second, and now in 2025 we are likely forming the third one, just a bit higher than the last. That's one of the market maker favorite strategies, so we will probably see a move up to around $10–12, then a sideways range, just like in December 2023, and after that a small push to retest the highs from last year. That's when the big players start distributing the token, basically moving it into a new price range where it will stay for a while. And here is the sell signal, when you suddenly see a big green candle like 50% in one move. The same thing we saw in 2023 and 2024. That's the moment to get out, because right after that there is always a sharp drop. A second top and then a full dump back down to around $3. I also post my buys in real time and the projects I'm farming for airdrops. Right now it's all in full swing there. Everything is in my Telegram channel, the link is in the description. This was the most realistic scenario without any super positive expectations, just based on the history of ICP's dominance and its pump patterns. Now let's move to the second scenario. What's happening right now might actually be an exit pump, and the real distribution zone was right there. Like I said in the previous video, when ICP was around $3, if the team doesn't have enough tokens accumulated or enough money to keep pushing the price, then we will see an exit pump somewhere around $10, and after that a slow downward sideways movement. But even now, if you don't have a position, ICP still looks attractive, because even in the worst case scenario, if this is an exit pump and the token will still trade sideways, the market maker will form a second top. And if it's not a move to $30 but just a second peak, you will still be able to sell on the drop around break even. And obviously ICP won't just fall back to $3 within a week. These kinds of moves don't happen for no reason. Even for distribution, they need at least a couple of weeks of sideways movement to sell their tokens. That's why, from a risk-reward point of view, ICP still looks good to buy. Of course, there is no real product or technology behind ICP, but in this particular case, that might even be good. Because if they were making money from a real product, it's not guaranteed they would even want to pump the token. Just look at Lido Finance. They have made enough in 3 years to buy back their entire supply, but their token is still sitting at the bottom. So the only way for ICP team to make money is buying their own token cheap and selling it high. And that's exactly what they are doing. They buy ICP around $3, pump it to 20, sell part of the tokens and keep repeating the same cycle. And if you are looking for a good exchange, I recommend Max. I have partnered with them, and the first 20 people who register will get a $50 bonus, as the link is in the description. I'm bullish on ICP because they showed an alpha move. They were one of the first to start pumping their token while the rest of the market was dumping. Show me another project that did the same thing. Maybe only Filecoin comes close. Right now the market's super active and there are a lot of opportunity both for buying altcoins and for farming airdrops on new projects. Don't miss your chance. More about that in my Telegram channel. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.